Sanford. Welcome to another episode of The Source. And today we got Bianca Gillette, our Public Information Officer for the City of Sanford Police Department and Fire Department. And welcome, Bianca. It's always great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I got to tell you what are we going to talk about? There's like nothing going on.
There's nothing? So, just in case you guys haven't heard enough of it, or there's some kind of proverbial rock that you may be living under, we're going to go over some COVID, some coronavirus things, and make sure everybody knows what's going on here in the city of Sanford, so we stay up to date and informed.
Yeah, I know probably everyone's probably tired of hearing it, but I don't think you can ever get enough of it, and always be prepared.
No. Well, I think that what we're seeing online in a lot of the chattering forums is that people are hearing and getting the information of what they should do, but now we're starting to see some maybe frustration from residents when they're observing lots of people that aren't doing what
Sure.
they are hearing the recommendation. So just in case anybody missed it, best way to avoid getting the coronavirus is just avoid contact with people, right? That's that quarantine everybody's talking about. So stay home, right? 6 feet, that's social distancing, 6 feet of distance between people.
Yeah, so micro droplets, respiratory micro droplets that are spread within that proximity of 6 feet through coughing and sneezing.
Right.
So
And
that's what you just want to avoid.
Yeah, and then, proper cleaning procedures. Wash your hands, soap, hot water, disinfect your areas that you have you can use some of the disinfectant wipes or even bleach and water. If you go to the CDC website, they're going to show you and talk about the good mixtures for creating that disinfectant, perfect ratio for bleach to water. But again, wash your hands. Don't touch your eyes and nose.
You know, I got to tell you, I've never realized since this time how difficult it is. Maybe but for me, not to touch my face, just to be more. I'm more aware of it.
Are you getting an itch on your nose?
I mean, maybe I'm itching more because I know I shouldn't be touching my face or chewing my fingernails or something like that after touching a doorknob or something. Don't do that.
Yeah, So, and, the other thing, if you do sneeze or cough, cover your mouth. And I just recently learned, my son actually was the one that made sure to note that it's better to, instead of coughing into your hand, cough into your elbow, your arm, the crease of your arm. And that actually prohibits more of those, what did you call them?
Micro droplets, respiratory micro droplets. Yeah.
Dr. Captain Herx here. Right. But again, if you're sick, stay home, that quarantine. And CDC website has lots of good stuff on it.
I gotta tell you, absolutely. The CDC has been fantastic. I think if you look at just about every social media platform out there, YouTube, there's some link to CDC. And the amount of information on CDC, particularly the frequently asked questions, is they leave no stone unturned. I mean, there's anything you could possibly entertain, any question, the CDC answers it. I think they did a great job.
And we'll put that in our description.
Absolutely.
Of the source this week too. A couple of, hot topics. So there's been recommendations where people say if you're stir crazy, there are some things that you can do outside of your house, like take a walk, get out in nature, those kind of things. But again, we talk about the chatter on social media that we're seeing, even on some of the forums like Sanford 327. Last night, I observed some frustration with residents because they're driving through the town and see parks that are filled with people.
Sure.
And though that's outdoors, all of those concepts still apply. The social distancing, keeping proximity. So having a basketball game, is not the best use of getting outdoors and keeping that social distancing. You're still going to come in lots of close contact.
Sure.
You want to kind of avoid any other areas where you're going to have people.
Yeah, I know it's got to be tough, but
yeah, I mean, we're still going to have to get out, get groceries, get essentials, but do your best to use some of that kind of practical knowledge, what we would call common sense. If you've got to go to the store and you're a parent, you've got 4 kids at home, see if there's a friend, a loved one, somebody that you trust to come and watch the kids at the house. Don't bring everyone into the store because now you're putting all of the family in kind of possible ability or situations that they could contract it.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Stay home. Try using apps like Walmart Grocer app, the Target. You can just drive right up and they'll bring your stuff out to you, and then you're really going to avoid any contact inside the stores. And it, you know, sometimes.
You know, it's amazing that these services came about maybe a few years ago now, but you really look at something like this, you didn't see it coming. How great is a service like
Right.
this, you know, in hindsight, looking at it. You know,
Some of the chatter we've been talking about is people getting so excited to have some of these restaurants that they love so much, but maybe don't have the time to get out to.
Sure.
Getting them delivered now to their home or able to do that
Yeah.
takeout. So, I mean, it
Yeah,
has
great way to
brought
explore
some-
some of your local businesses and support your local restaurants and establishments, and I know they really appreciate that.
Right,
so.
absolutely. Keep their businesses up and running by
Yeah.
let's just flood their delivery, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we're meeting all those standards. So, a couple other things. We know that those restaurant and bars, like we said, are closed except for takeout or delivery. Gyms, again, are closed. So, hey, don't be sitting at home eating all those snacks because you've got nothing better to do. Take a little jog, right? We know Easter's out, the Easter candy's out.
I'm one of those
you know?
people that eats their emotions.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, you're at home. You're at home.
All I can
Yeah.
picture is you sitting on the couch covered in Peeps, just shoving them in your
Snacks.
mouth, a little marshmallow
And
pizza.
snacks. Yeah.
Yeah, so get out, take a jog, still get some fresh air, but keep your social distancing. For information regarding specifically the City of Sanford, City Hall is officially closed, and they're encouraging anybody that needs to do business with City Hall to do it online. There are people, the staff and employees within City Hall, but they're just not open to the public. So you could go to Citizen Serve, which is their online portal, and do things like pay some of your bills, that kind of things, apply for permits. And of course, public meetings are canceled.
Sure.
Too many people in a confined area. As for the PD, we are no longer doing a fingerprinting service right now.
Okay.
We're going to postpone that indefinitely. And canceled our community events. I know
Yeah,
you're sad.
unfortunately. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's,
we missed a coffee with a
it's our
cop
bread
last
and butter,
week.
and it's we always love getting out there and seeing folks and all that. But you know, the abundance of caution, and obviously with our protocols in place right now, yeah, it's best to put that on hiatus for now. But we'll be back soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we are reducing what we want to consider unnecessary face-to-face contact. So does that mean that we're not answering calls for service? No, we're out there in our full capacity doing what we do every day, making sure that our residents are protected. It's just if there's certain calls, maybe a criminal mischief, a citizen walks outside and realizes their mailbox or something has been vandalized,
Sure.
they can call in, and instead of that officer coming to their house and speaking to them on their porch face to face, they
Right.
may call and see if they can get a lot of that information over the phone, and then handle the paperwork, drop off the paperwork and pick it up later and reduce
Yeah,
those.
it's tough not to give that personalized face-to-face
It
service.
is.
We love
I
that,
think it's
but-
something that we're so used to
Right.
doing, but you know, we've all kind of have to make some sacrifices right now, and
Yeah.
that's one of them. Our lobby is still open, but again, we have a really thick kind of glass divider, so
We do.
we'll be speaking to you through there, but we
Nothing's-
can still
Nothing's
assist.
getting through that thing.
No, it's not. But we want our residents to know that we are still here throughout this process. We are still committed to bringing the residents, even in this kind of unprecedented time, the best service that they could possibly ask for from the Sanford Police Department. But we also want to encourage them to take the precautions. We're not trying to cause panic. We just want everybody to do their part so that this isn't something that we do need to panic about, that we'll just make it through it, and in a month or
Absolutely.
so,
Well
this will be in the past.
That's right.
So, anything else?
I think, well, listen, Bianca, thanks so much. You got some great information today,
Thank
and we'll have more to follow. We'll see what's up next. But until next time,
Keep
Keep
it
it safe,
safe, Sanford. Stay away from the peeps.